like I'm Sonny Crockett. Play with me, that's a risk. Gold chain, master risk. All white fit, Sonny Crockett from the Vice, yeah, it's pricey. I ain't tryna hear you whine while I'm dining. Telling yo, I ain't tryna hear you on my telly, yo. Play with me, I'm knocking like a stereo. Play with me, I'm knocking like a stereo. Anybody for a feature, I know all my haters on a first name basis. I'm the type to steal the flows from. Whoa, they the type to want my income. I think that I've had enough of jealousy and entertaining. No, I'm never giving up. I'ma start this in the making. No, I'm never giving up. I'ma start this in the making.
I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more. Do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right. Dirty like a fool fight. You been working all day, loaded up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, yeah. And she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone me blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it, now I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, now you know what's next. Stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming dirty like a five-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right. Dirty like a fool fight. You been working all day, loaded up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. What tell her? Yeah. Work that mouth.
Yeah, Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to, let me know, am I blowing everybody's eardrums out? Let me know how the audio is here, guys. It looks like it's blasting. Sorry if I blew out your speakers, but what is going on, Mafia? Welcome back to another Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Crypto Poppy, says Frankie always got the bangers. Shout out to Crypto Poppy, and Rob the Crypto Snob is always right up there with those links to the playlist. One of the most common requests we get is what is the playlist for the waiting room. So there you go. Rob the Crypto Snob dropping that playlist. But what is going on, everybody? We got a lot to look at here on Bitcoin. As if you guys tuned into last night's stream, you will know that we were looking at some very specific things that we wanted to happen potentially. As we saw the bearish divergences forming, we were looking for a potential pullback, but we knew that we had that liquidity sitting above $65,000, guys. And what happened? Price went all the way up there, scooped up that liquidity. above 65K, and then got a little bit of a pullback. We're going to be talking about my current trades, which, by the way, guys, I am currently in an absolute scumbag, degenerate 100x long right now from the local low that we made, literally straight off the Frankie Candles Essentials indicator. I'm going to be showing that as well. It might be liquidated by the time I pull it up, but we're going to cover that. I'm in a short, which is slightly in the red. It's kind of going in between. I'm like in profit in the red, in profit in the red, but I'll talk to you guys about kind of the thought process behind that short, and I am still holding 2 other longs. I'm in a bunch of trades today. So we're going to be talking about those. We're going to be talking about the next stop to the upside if we are able to get a move up here, guys, because we do have some new levels that I am looking at that could potentially give us some context into why we may be able to get that push to the upside. But as you know, I'm going to give you guys the bullish case and the bearish case and then let you know which way I'm leaning, because we make money whether the price is going up or down. And we are literally doing that right now. So with all that being said, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. We got Medic Money in the chat. What is going on? We got Smoke. What is going on? We got Mike Vito. My Paisan says SFP. As you know, we were looking for that potentially to happen up at 65K. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. But shout out to Rob the Crypto Stop, Crypto Billy, Captain Kirk, Crypto Anon, D Petty Crypto Chemistry Bro. You guys know the mods. Show them some love in the chat. We got Matt Eagle in the chat. I was going to make a crow noise. Good thing I didn't do that. That would have been embarrassing. Shout out to Matt Eagle. We got Dylan Bronson in the chat with the choo-choo trains. Let's go. Hat is fire. Shout out to Mike Vito. Let's go. This is actually my new favorite colorway for our hats here. If you guys want to go ahead and buy a hat, if you have not won one for free, we do give them away very often on the live streams. But if you have not won one yet, or you don't want to wait to win one, you can check out FrankieCandlesTrading.com. We do have them in stock and ready to ship to you guys. We got 100 different colors. This is the only one I have right now. I have some across the room here, but we got tons of colors. Go check them out. FrankieCandlesTrading.com. What is going on? Antries, I can't see your full name, but it says he says Pepe. It looked like it said PP for a second. We got Jay Smith in the chat. Mad Ads, what is going on? Said I hit a $1,200 trade overnight. Dangerous AF. Shout out to Mad Ads. Shout out to you, bro. Congratulations. Hopefully we were able to help you find that analysis and that trade, or at least you learned something on this live stream that helped you lead to that trade. Let me know if we did. Shout out to K Diggity. Says, I know a guy that won one. Shout out to K Diggity. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's without further ado, guys. Last but not least, we got Jack of Clubs. The hat is fire. We want, hey, FrankCandlesTrading.com, or smash that like button, guys, because if we get 550 likes, we will be giving away some of these hats on Friday. So yeah, and as well as some free crypto, obviously, as well. Shout out to Gen Z, and last but not least, shout out to Ryan Petty and Brian Baca, but I like to call him Ryan Basha. Anyway, with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and talk about these trades and where Bitcoin is going to go next. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys. Bitcoin is going to 100K, confirmed. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., Bitcoin is going to 100K. I'm just kidding. That's impossible to predict. But let's cover this actual price action, guys. Real quick, should we cover the 100x long here? Because it might just get stopped out here, or actually liquidated. I should move my stop loss to break even right about now. But let me go ahead and let me see if I can pull this up. It is on Blowfin. Here we are. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can actually see this, because I think I might be actually covering the position. Oh, that's frustrating. That is very frustrating. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can move this stuff. Where is it? Where's P&L? Okay, let me see if I can move this to the right. Okay, that was too far to the right. There we go. All right, so here we are. 100x long, about 47, almost, $47,000 position. You guys can't see that. It's behind here, but $47,000 position on 100x here, guys. And I'll tell you why I entered this trade. It actually had to do with the Frankie Candles indicator. Super risky, super degenerate, but I did think there was likely that we were going to get a little move to the upside today. Not today, but after this little move to the downside here, I figured we were going to get a bounce based off of some very specific things. So I decided, yeah, dude, you're wild. Shout out to Mad Ads. Guys, I do want to preface this. Please do not use 100x leverage. This is money that I am willing to lose. If I get liquidated out of this position, it is like the same thing as me getting stopped out for a small loss on a regular account. So just understand, I'm fully prepared to lose this money. But It was a pretty confident trade here, and you know, I didn't expect a huge move, to be honest. We actually printed pretty good here for a second before that wick came back down. But I will say, you know, I just want to be clear here. Entry here at about $64,693, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I was looking at on the Frankie Candles Essentials indicator by Lux Algo. Shout out to Lux Algo, our sponsor, not just for today's video, but a sponsor of the channel. Shout out to Lux Algo. If you guys want to check out my indicator or any of their stuff, check the link in the description down below. But I will say here, Mrs. Candles, I'm 100x long right now. Are you pissed? She's not phased at all. Give me a little bit of hand. Give me some hand, Mrs. Candles. Give us some. Look. We're in profit. Give me. Okay, no hand today. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, sorry. I think Mrs. Candles is feeling it in her feels today. She doesn't want to. Come on, let me get one sniff. I won't touch it. Come on. All right, guys. I don't want to force it too much. Jeez, I don't want to be creepy. But anyway, guys, yeah, this is very, very dangerous. Please do not try this at home. Especially if you're new to trading, do not use 100x leverage. But again, there were reasons to enter the trade here, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll pull this back up in a second. But I will talk about this real quick. As you guys know, this is the Frankie Candles Essentials indicator. Super useful indicator, especially if you're learning how to use the volume profiles, guys. This basically takes my entire trading strategy and puts it all into one between the Fibonacci retracements, the divergences, the bullish signals below and above the value area highs. They will give you the auto divergence detection as well as that sauce can emoji, letting you know typically where I am looking for longs or shorts. And you can see we did get that signal down here below that value area low. We came back into the range. I was looking for it to come at least back up to the high, and then we wound up actually ripping up a little bit more. But we also had these, you know, obviously these bull divs are being marked out on the indicator, but we also had this money flow coming up on the 1 minute, as well as a 15-minute green dot looking to print, which is off kind of like the 1/16th market cipher strategy. There were many reasons that I was looking to enter that trade, but again, you know, this is money I am willing to lose. If I got liquidated out of this, losing that money is again like getting stopped out of a small position, or getting stopped out for a small loss on a regular account. So just because I used 100x leverage does not mean that I'm risking my whole account or I'm going to lose all my money or anything like that. This is still well managed risk. You know, just keep that in mind. Please do not waste all your money 100x longing. But there we go, right? And another reason here that I was interested in a potential bounce here is, I'll be honest with you guys. Let's talk about these new key levels that we have, right? So, yeah, if you guys want to check out Frankie Candles Essentials, by the way, 100% free. Just search my name in your TradingView indicator section, Frankie Candles Essentials by Lux Algo. Go ahead and click that, and you will get access to this completely free. No email, no nothing. It's all no strings attached. You can get it right now and play along with us here. But I'm going to take that off the chart real quick, and I'm going to talk about these key levels. Now, if you guys tuned into the live stream yesterday, you will know that one of the things that we were looking at, let me pull this range off real quick. Let me actually go ahead and let's go ahead and take some of this stuff off the chart. Actually, you know what? I am going to pull it up on this chart. So let me go ahead and hide this real quick. Now, as you guys know, yesterday we were putting in some bearish divergences here on some pretty significant time frames, such as the 10-hour with our higher highs on price action. Higher highs on price action, with our lower lows, lower highs on our momentum waves, giving us that open alligator mouth, which is a bearish divergence, with the 12-hour as well. 12-hour was printing. 16-hour was also printing that bear div. And we didn't know, right? We did not know if we were going to get that to give us the bigger cool-off. I was honestly... We did have a short setup in the Discord from this high here, and I actually missed that position. So I'm actually this is what I preferred to happen. Even if we do wind up getting a bigger correction here, this is what I preferred to happen. But as you guys know, what we were doing yesterday on the live stream was simply looking at the liquidation heat maps, understanding that we had come up into this liquidation level, got swept that liquidity, and then got a little bit of a correction. But we didn't know, based off the fact that we swept that little bit of liquidity and the fact that, you know, more the reason was the fact that we had these bearish divergences on the higher time frames, such as the 12, 16, and 10-hour, right? Even on the 8-hour as well. And this actually, with the daily red dot, was definitely a possibility of getting a correction from that level. But the one thing, right, that we were looking at was, hey, we never really swept that liquidity that I was really looking for, right? If we pull up that heat map, this is very important, especially if you guys want to find good areas to be able to find short and long positions, especially if you're scalping. You want to find out where that liquidity is sitting, right? And again, if we kind of come back in time here, we did come up yesterday, sweep that little bit of liquidity, but looking at the heat map, literally showed this. Hot block of liquidity sitting at about $55,425, right? We still had a lot of the liquidity sitting above here. So in my opinion, right, at that point, it does get a little bit suspicious, in my opinion, that we will go back up and revisit those levels, right? Because really, ideally, my ideal situation was to come up, sweep these highs, right, where we knew the liquidity was residing. We even pulled that little box. I don't know if I have it here on the chart still, but we even pulled that little box saying that's where the liquidity is sitting. And we also had that daily level sitting at about, let's call it $65,305, saying, hey, if we can come up there, get a swing failure pattern, sweep that liquidity. Now, I'm not saying too short Bitcoin. It is too late for that, right? But if we were able to come up here, sweep that liquidity, and put in those bearish divergences, that's kind of what I would have preferred, right? But what happened? We swept the local liquidity and then came down. But luckily, we did wind up coming back up, and that liquidity indeed did get swept. And if you guys have been watching the live streams and you've been following along with the liquidation heat maps, or even been using the liquidation heat maps yourself, this is a beautiful example of how they work, right? You sweep the liquidity, you get a correction, but still have to be suspicious of that $65,000 high, because that liquidity does act as a magnet for price. And not only that, but when you get the price to come into that liquidity, sometimes if you can get a sweep of that liquidity, you can get a move back to the downside. And if I actually go ahead and reload this really quickly, you can see what happened. Finally, we did get the return up into that larger area of liquidity, and we took it all out. And now this is kind of what I was looking for yesterday for the pull back to the downside. Now, this is a little bit of a caveat here, guys, because like I said, yesterday, really what I wanted to do, right, or what we were looking for as we were kind of coming down here was like, okay, cool. We swept the local liquidity above the range high, but we still have all of this big liquidity above, right? That's the hot spot on the liquidity heat map I just showed you. That is, right, I really would have hoped to see something like that, see those 8, 10, 12-hour bearish divergences confirm, and then that gives us the bigger drop to the downside, but we didn't know, right? Still suspicious of that 65K high. This was literally this was my best scenario, right? Come back up, finally sweep those highs here from above 65K, and now, if we do get acceptance back down into this range, that could indicate that we are going to get a bigger pullback. Now, it is a little bit of a sticky situation because I'm going to show you some new levels that we were not looking at yesterday that could potentially give us a little bit of a bounce here. Not a bounce, but a potential continuation to the upside, right? So what happened? You have these untapped highs. That liquidity is stranded up here. This level is going to act as a magnet. Price comes right back up. Goes ahead and sweeps that liquidity. And, for my short position, I would hope that we just get stuck under this daily and we wind up continuing down. Now, there are things potentially pointing towards at least a little bit more of a pullback, but I'm going to show you why we may be able to, I took that 100x long. Who knows? That might wind up holding. And I'm going to show you exactly why. But right now, we do potentially, we could potentially just be printing, 12-hour green dot. But, we do still technically have some of these bearish divergences printing, right? So those bearish signals. And when I say bearish, guys, I don't mean like super, super bearish that we're going to zero, right? It just means for a pullback, right? Bearish meaning that we could go down, but that doesn't mean that we're not just going to come back up into higher highs, right? But lower highs still continuing to form here on the momentum waves. This is going to take time to play out here. Money flow is looking strong, especially with that 10-hour money flow, right? Weekly green dot has confirmed, and that 10-hour money flow crossing into the green oftentimes does give us the move back up. So as it has been for a while now, my medium-term bias here is still up, right? Next major target sitting at $67,000, which I'll pull up the kind of context I'm looking at that in a second. But 67K is still the next target to the upside. We do have some local levels that are around 66.3 or 66.450, I think it is. We'll bring that up as well. But here's the thing, right? The bearish case for me, right, because I'm in longs and shorts right now. I'm actually, the long that I took yesterday before the stream that we showed, I showed it on my phone because I was not logged in. I'll actually show it again here on my phone. Let me just make sure I'm not leaking my personal number. Not that I don't want the Mafia to have my number, but let me just go ahead and hang on one sec. Okay. Let me see if I can get in here. Okay. So I did enter a long yesterday on the stream. Obviously, we pulled it up. Let me see if I can get in here. Bada boom, right? So that wound up hitting overnight. Right, took that little scalp long. I'll try to show this, trying to make sure I'm not showing any Oh, God, my phone's on super low battery here. But there you go. This one is still in there, right? Now up, what is that? Come on. Up about 91%, almost 100%. 91 is close to 100%, guys, if you didn't know that. But there we go. Still holding this long, right? So I'm in this long. I'm also in the long on Femex, which is from 58K. And now I'm in that 100X long on Blowfin, which, by the way, let me just zoom. Okay, all right, we're still going. Up 336, baby. Up 336. If this thing rips, guys, this 100X long might wind up being good. Oh, God, somebody rip it. Somebody pump it. So we're in a few longs, and we're in that one short on Femex, which I think is still down. I'm not logged in on Femex either. I just sat down at the desk, guys. Bear with me here, but I will see that is definitely going to be down in some form or fashion here. Let's see here. Come on, update. Down about 14%. So yeah, got 3 longs now. 3 longs and 1 short. All 3 longs, obviously, deep in profit, except for the 100X. I wouldn't don't take that to the bank, guys. The 100X, I don't know. It's that could easily, all we got to do is just, and it's gone. But with that being said, guys, there's a reason why I'm in long positions here, right? And I'm going to go over that right now. But real quick, the bearish case, if we do correct, I do want to point out, in hindsight, it's going to be the bearish divergences continuing to print here. If that VWAP comes down, this still has time to invalidate. But still a potential bear divs printing here. 8-hour bear divs still could potentially print here. Higher highs of price action into the key level of resistance. And now we have finally taken that liquidity, right? It was a little bit suspicious yesterday because we didn't take all that liquidity. Now we've taken the liquidity above. So if that does wind up playing out, we get the bigger cool off. I would really like that. My short position is pretty substantial, not substantial, but it's like I think it's like a $70,000 or $80,000 short. But again, if we get stopped out, the longs will just continue to pay us out here, especially that 100Xer. There you go, right? That would be kind of the bearish scenario. Bear divs into the key level, liquidity swept, and then you get the bigger pullback, which again, key levels from the to the downside still remain the same as yesterday. Looking at about, between 61.7 all the way down to about 60,500 for that first kind of Fibonacci retracement. And again, there's no promise that we're going to come all the way down there, even if we do get the pullback. And we have this little volume profile here to look at as well, right? So very simply put, if we do continue down, we can easily pull up our $64,000 range, right? So if we do continue down here, a little bing bong, right? This value area high is going to be key for some potential support. And then if we get stuck underneath here, we would look to go to the POC and value area low, right? Coming in POC at 63,976 and the value area low at 63,533, right? And then you start breaking down out of this range. That's where you can look for that bigger Fibonacci retracement, right? Which comes in at the level that I just talked about, 61.7, right? All the way down to 60,500. And hopefully, we do have some confluence even lower than that, right? Like ideally, if we really do start coming down here, 60,300, 60,600 would really, really, really be a nice play out. And that will eventually probably be the final take profit on my short if it did play out. And then I would just look to flip long again and look for the ride back up to higher prices. Medium term, guys. Remember, daily money flow is now crossed over into the green. Right? Daily money flow now Daily money flow now crossed over into the green, looking to print a green dot, but really that 10-hour money flow was the real first thing that was making us think that we can continue to expect higher prices. So any pullbacks, I am being a little bit more conservative with the shorts here for higher lows and continuations to the upside. So bearish case, the bear divs on all these higher hourly time frames, if they print with the liquidity swept, could give us a move down, but I am in the longs and I am not closing them just yet, and the reason for that is pretty specific. And it has to do with this upper range that we have and then we're now approaching, which is sitting between $64,500 and $68,500, right? And if you guys have been watching the stream for weeks or, for the past few weeks or the past few days, you will know ever since we were down at 55K, we have been using these volume profiles to call out perfect targets, and they have all been hit, right? And if I just pull those up real quick, right? The local range that we looked at as we were sitting at about 55K, right? 54, 55K. This is where we alerted the premium Discord. Hey, money flow coming up on the 90-minute, along with other bullish signals. The next target to me would be about $57,000. Target hit, right? absolutely slapped. Once we flip that value area low to support, the next likely place for price to go is that POC, making that next target about $59,000. Boom, target hit. Once you flip that POC to support, the next target is going to be the value area high. Boom, target hit. And then once we broke above that value area high and we got the breakout, which was signaled by this money flow crossover, or at least 10-hour money flow coming up into the green, our next target was sitting up here at about, $64,000, where we had this other naked volume profile, because we knew if we lost this area of balance, the next likely place for price to do, or the next likely thing for price to do, is to go seek out fair value, which was going to be inside this range. So all of those targets have been hit, and they've all been, the volume profiles have been able to call those. And now, if we continue up, these are the next targets I will be looking at, right? If we flip this value area low, and again, this was another reason why I was looking for that long position down here to re-enter in the 100x long. Now again, here's the thing. 4-hour red dot could be incoming somewhat soon, right? And if those bear divs do play out, I would love for that short to play out. At this point, I'd probably favor the long to play out because I'm in more longs than shorts. But if we get this 4-hour red dot and we do wind up coming down, there is still a chance to come down here. So I honestly didn't really take this. This already played out more than I thought it would, to be honest. But as we were looking at that 1 minute Frankie Candle's Essentials volume profile down here, given the signal down here to look for a potential long off that bull div on the 1 minute, right? A 1 minute bull div is not what you're looking at to see price go to 100K. I want to be clear about that. But another reason why I was looking to take that was because I figured, right, hey, if I could take that long, even if it's on 100X, right? I'm not risking that much money, to be honest. Even if I get liquidated, I'm really not risking that much. But looking at that, seeing those bullish divergences form here. Again, this is the 1 minute time frame, guys. This isn't something that you're gonna want to try to do with your whole account, right? Again, if I get liquidated out of this position, which is now pretty far away, it's the equivalent of getting stopped out for a small amount of money on a regular account for me. This is not me risking my whole account. This is not a risky trade. Just because I'm using 100x does not mean it's a risky trade. I would take this money and throw it out the window and not cry about it, right? So keep that in mind. But I find the entry down here, and I'm thinking, hey, right, if we hold this value area low, we could be on our way up to the POC of the range, right? And again, I with the 4-hour red dot potentially continuing up, I don't know how likely it is to just hold this right now and come up to the next level, which is going to be basically the $67,000 macro POC. Now, the POC of this local range from here, I don't want to get people confused. This POC is sitting at $67,424. That would technically be the next kind of local target, in my opinion. Hold this value area low. You could look to begin your journey up to that POC. We also have some other levels up here, right? We have this time point of control at 66,326. So there's always going to be local resistance. But to keep things simple, if we hold that value area low, just like any other volume profile, just like back here when we were able to predict the move from 54K up to 57, up to 59, up to 61, 62, and then up to 64. Same exact thing. You flip that value area low, and I know I beat this into everybody's head all the time, right? But I will do it because it works and you can make money doing it, right? You get above the value area low, flip it to support, POC is the next likely stop, and then eventually you look to go to the value area high. That is why volume profiles are so not easy to trade, but so reliable to trade, right? In that same manner, right? And again, assuming the 4-hour red dot doesn't bring us down, I am prepared for that anyway, right? We are traders. Whether price comes up or down, we are going to make money. But if we're able, whether we come down first and then get back above this level, this is now the range we want to get accepted into. We flip that value area low to support. The next likely place for price to go is going to be that $67,368 POC. Flip that POC. Then we can look for the $68,500 value area high. The nice thing about this is, very simply put, that, let me get rid of the Frank Candle's Essentials indicator real quick. But the nice thing here is that POC is very confluent with our macro POC of the overall range, which is, again, one of the reasons why we are still bullish right now in the long term. Even if we get a pullback, right? It's okay. Price goes up and down. Price does not just go up in a straight line all the time, right? Just because we look for a pullback does not mean we're bearish on the high time frames, right? It just means we're looking for a pullback. As long as we remain above that macro value area low at 60,000, right? 60,400. That is what was making us continue to look up to these higher prices. But we flip this value area low to support. Next stop is to begin the journey up to your POC. Where's that POC sitting? It's right in line with that local point of control. So there's a lot of confluence here, for a move up to that level, right? And again, it doesn't mean you can't cool off. We're going to take advantages if we get the cool offs, right? Again, I am in the short, but we'll see. Right now, we're above that value area low right now. Like, we're holding it pretty nicely, right? So we stay above that. We could look to get, that's going to be the next target. Other than the time point of control at 66,326, like, that is going to be the next target here, right? And we are taking advantage of these moves. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much, oh, God. Shout out to Elite Ways EC said, stop talking. Could you guys not hear me? Oh, my God. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Spanky. Hey, shout out to Spanky. I like that name, bro. He says, to the calf. Shout out to you, bro. I should show some calf today. I love it here. Shout out to Elite Ways, Easy, Sheeb up. Oh, is Sheeb ripping? What is going on? Is something happening? Oh, audio is fine for me. Okay. I didn't know. They said, look at the chat. I didn't know if that meant like you guys, I was muted or something. Sometimes I've gone on, I've done TA for like 20 minutes, just completely silent because I was muted before. Is she like super ripping? Is that something that like, we should like definitely go ahead and check out? Let me see. Or is that just read the chat because you guys miss me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Sheep getting a little pump. Rooney here. We'll take a look at Sheep. Sheep is automatically added to the alt list just because it's pumping. We'll take a look at that for sure. But there you go, guys. I'm going to break this down. We're going to do a little recap on Bitcoin so nobody gets confused. I'll give you the key levels. Number one, in the long term, still bullish, right? Simply put, still bullish. We're above the macro value area low, which, to be honest, let me see here. There are two volume profiles we're looking at here. The value area, so 60,000, about $60,000, 60,000, it's $60,000 even, about 60,200, 60,400, right? I'll just give you these levels. You could screenshot them. 60,377. As long as we're above this level, remaining bullish for me in the long term, right? Because if we do wind up coming back down for a big retracement, in my opinion, as long as we stay above this low, that could be still an open door up to the POC based off the laws of the volume profile. Value area low, POC, value area high. This is typically how it happens. Deviate above the high, look to go to the POC, get stuck under the POC, look for the move down to the low. Deviate the low, and then look for the move back into the POC to the high, right? This is just like clockwork. I teach this every single day on the YouTube channel, but there you go, right? So in the long term, hold this level. I'm still bullish for those reasons, right? And let me just see the anchored VWAP really quickly. You got your anchored VWAP from this impulse up as well, coming right in at that level. So I would really, it doesn't mean we have to come down to that, but if we did, that's the key level, right? So those are the macro levels. And then locally, if we just keep ripping up here, very simply put, local volume profile that I'm looking at is not this one. It is now this one. Right? And hopefully going over how we were able to find those targets and see them all hit gives you faith in the volume profiles. Again, doesn't guarantee you hold this level, but as long as we stay above this value area low, $64,579, could begin the journey up to the POC and the value area high. In my opinion, I would prefer, what I would like to see here is the 4-hour potential bear div to give us a little bit more of a pullback, get my short to play out of it, make some money on that, and then see the ride back up into that range. But it's very hard to call the actual step-by-step move here, in my own personal opinion, at least as of right now. 45-minute green dot about to print, looking kind of like it could set up a bearish divergence, which would call for a higher high here. We'll have to see what happens. At this point, I would prefer the longs to play out because I am in more longs than I am shorts. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Gonna dump and make an inverse head and shoulders, then pump. Yeah, that is actually something that I was looking at yesterday. You guys probably saw me delete it off the chart because I was trying to clear the chart up. But yeah, could potentially, what are we looking at here? Yeah, could potentially I see what you're looking at. A little, right? I mean, let's look at that, right? Let's look at that as an idea, right? Let's say that's the... Let's say that's your kind of, I'll just rough this out, right? I just don't love this. But if you were to do something like that, I think that's what you're looking at, right? Probably something like that. Right shoulder, head, left shoulder, or maybe, I don't know. I don't think your left shoulder can come past the head like that. But you're probably looking at this is what I would think. But then the question becomes, like, how does that neckline work, right? Is that just a fake out? I guess this could just be a fake out of the neckline right here. But in that case, you know, what would that be looking at, right, as a technical target? I mean, $77,000. I don't know. This is kind of similar to what we saw in the past. Just because there's a head and shoulders doesn't mean the target will get hit. I do just want to point that out, right? Like back here, I believe this was it. We had this kind of inverse head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Something like this. And essentially with this one, right? I'm not going to try to draw it perfectly here. But either way, right? This would be basically your neckline, and then you would pull your measured move, right, from here to the tip. And I believe this one brought you up. Yeah, I mean, this one brought you up to about 75K. Never made it up there. Doesn't mean it'll get hit. I mean, we've seen inverse head and shoulders call for 80K. What was that one? There was a inverse head and shoulders here that a lot of people were calling for 80K, and we just never saw it happen. We just put the lower high in and continued down. But yeah, we could potentially see that. I would love that, right? That would be a very technical move if we did come down and put in that right shoulder here. That would be great, right? Maybe close some of that 100X long, lock in some profits on this other long I'm in. I've already locked in profits on the long on Femex. So yeah, lock in some of those longs, right? Capitalize on the short, and then, you know, come down for like some new, like real nice, big long positions for the move back up. Someone crawling on me for the move back up to those higher prices. But those are the key levels, guys. That's really what I'm looking at for the most part. Let's see, bada boom. Yeah, and then, you know, if things really started getting ugly, right, like we start coming down to this value area high, get stuck under here, come to the POC, like you have these volume profiles. Price is always seeking fair value, guys. You know, my trading career, my trading life completely changed when I started using these techniques, right? Even if I pull this back here, yeah, it doesn't really change the value area high. But price is always seeking fair value, right? Once you lose this fair value and the buyers outweigh the sellers, right, and you get the break to the upside, you're going to seek out the next area of value, which is simply sitting up here, which is coincidentally just in line with our move to potentially get in to that POC at 67K. You're also here from the range top VWAP, right, anchored VWAP from the top of the range here. You're also starting to get above that. So that would be nice to stay above as well. But those are the key levels, and that's how I'm doing it, guys. I can't tell you what to do. I can't promise that trading will make you rich overnight, but what I can do is show you what I'm doing and teach you guys some of the things that I use to help myself make some money here, and hopefully you guys can learn and make some money of your own. All right, let's see. Let me come down to those low time frames. I am not oftentimes in a 100X long here, guys, so I am a little on edge here. I'm a little on edge. It's a nail biter, baby. It's a nail biter. Kind of what I would like to do is my initial thought for this long was to get a ride up into the golden pocket 786, right, for a potential lower high, and then have the 4-hour red dot bring us down. I would love to see that happen. But let's see here. Okay, so still up 250, baby. Still up 250. We're filling that wick. We'll see if we can come up a little bit more. I'll even put a I'll put an alert here in case we TP long. Right? And then if we come back down here, what is my entry? Bada boom. Let me pull it back up real quick. Entry here at 64,278. Where are we at? 64,278. Okay, so it's right in here. I'll come down to the 1 minute, so it is a little bit easier to visualize. I took it on the 1 minute. What am I doing here? I'm lost. Right here. Okay. So 64.2. Hold on a second, guys. Is that right? That can't be right. Hang on. Yeah, 64. Oh, no, that's the liquidation price. I'm like, what is going on? 64,693. That makes more sense. Yeah, 64,693. Yeah, right down here. That makes way more sense. I was just lost for a second. So 64,693. So right about here. I'm just going to go ahead and wrecked Are we going to get wrecked live on this 100x long, guys? I don't know, but we'll see. Should we take the profit? Let me know what we should do, Mafia. Let me know. Should we take the 240 and roll it into a short? Should we take the 240 and take Mrs. Candles out to dinner? What should we do? Let me know what we should do here with this trade. Please let me know. Tony D, if you could drop a poll in the chat, what should we do? Shout out to Eliteways Easy, said greatest crypto community, hashtag CandleMafia for life. Shout out to Eliteways Easy. I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate all of the Candle Mafia for being the best crypto community out there. Take the money. Shout out to Best of Animals. Take it. Give $1 to each person who smashed the like button. Shout out to Hamza. I would love to do that, but the logistical nightmare that would be sending out however many likes we have. Yeah, that would be a logistical nightmare. Otherwise, I would take 240 and give away 240 worth of AVAX. Shout out to Spanky. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that. Take it. BTC dump incoming. Mr. Wolf. Oh God, Mr. Wolf. You're about to woof this thing to the downside. Well, hopefully we could get the. Hopefully we could get the short to play out then. So here we are. I'll just show the short here as well on Femex real quick. So right now down about 10% on the short here. This one is a little bit bigger, almost $70,000 short position here. But this doesn't really have to come down much to be deep in profit. Entered this trade and was almost instantly up like 600 or something like that. Up hundreds and hundreds of dollars like the second I entered the trade. And then it was very quickly in the red. But it was taken off the SFP, right? I want to be very clear, guys. I am not just entering longs off resistance and support, right? There are legitimate reasons to enter these trades. Again, I teach a lot of it here every single day. But just to kind of show that before we move on to the altcoins real quick, I will just kind of show that, right? The idea here, if you guys didn't tune in yesterday, the idea here was that we had liquidity sitting above these highs at about $65,000, right? Come on down to the 1 hour, right? Oh, God, these alerts, man. Is there a way to make these invisible, guys? Alert lines. I answered my own question. I was like, I used to be a way to hide it, but I don't know why I couldn't find it. But yeah, there we go, right? Coming above here, looking for the SFP. We knew we had that liquidity. Again, on the heat map, we knew we had that liquidity above. We knew it was just sitting there. Very likely to come sweep that. And now that is taken with the bear divs, I do think, the idea here is, hey, bearish divergences on the higher hourly time frames with the liquidity swept. Could we get the bigger move to the downside? That is still in play, and now we've swept those highs. So not impossible. That is what I would like to see play out for the bearish case. But again, if we hold this value area low, maybe we just continue up. But I would really hope for the dump first. But we'll see. 45-minute green dot, 30-minute green dot confirmed. I don't know. Let's see. Vote on that poll. Let me know what we should do, guys. T-Gen into a short. Shout out to Tony D. All right, shout out to Dave Digital. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. Everybody drop those DDs in the chat for Dave Digital. Absolute OG of the channel and the newest Candle Mafia mod. Bulls crushing bears again. Shout out to Flat Smack. Let's get it, baby. Take Mrs. Candles out. She needs some love. Shout out to SRT. Send it. Oh, baby. Shout out to you, bro. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and start taking a look at some of those altcoins, guys. And we'll start dropping some sauce on those altcoins. Hey, shout out to Best of Animals. Says, I'm up 150% on my 114x long. That's even more degenerate than I am. Oh, God. Shout out to you. 114x. Dang. Congratulations, though. Now, take that money off the table, please, for the love of God. Yo, shout out to Greg. Just Def going down to 64K at least. Yeah, actually, let's talk about those. The liquidation levels now down below. Let's go ahead and take a look at that, right? So I will bring up, like, this is the 1 month, right? This is the 1 month liquidation chart, right? So in that case, 57, we do have some liquidations, but I'm actually going to come down here. I don't really love going down lower than the 1 month on the liquidation charts, to be honest. But we do have some, 60. Yeah, we do have some down here. Can I change these settings? Can I make this text bigger? This text is tiny. I can't even see it. Appearance. Where's the text at? Text? That's got to be text size, no? Text size? No. Hover. What is this? I'm just making everything big here. Okay, text color, location. Okay, apply. All right, I don't think that made it any bigger. But yeah, right down here at about, yeah, we do have some liquidity sitting down here between, it kind of starts off here at about 62.65 all the way down to about like the real heavy part, about 62K, right? Yeah, down to about 62K. This is kind of like the saucy part of the liquidations, right? 62, around 62K. Now, if we go down to like the super hyper local time frames, I would only recommend this for like micro scalping. But yeah, you do have some down around 64K. But this again is like a very, very low time frame. Still works the same as a regular time frame, right? Like you would look to come sweep the liquidity. But again, I don't really like going super low on the liquidation heat maps. You do have some on below 64, but again, this is a low time frame. You can't even see these when you come up to the 7-day, and the 7-day is even a small number, right? A small time frame. I would really be looking down towards 62 for the significant part of liquidity or significant levels of liquidity. And even if we change our granularity a little bit, something like that, right? It will only show you like where the strongest levels are. Oh, is it this? Hang on. Yeah, let me change that just a little bit. Bada boom. No, that is not what I wanted to do. Let me find these. Let me fix this. Hang on. Come on. Just like to make it a little bit less noisy, right? This is what this slider essentially does. I'll actually keep this up. I'll slide this up a little bit. And that will only show the higher levels of liquidity, right? So like we did have, like, see how that's hot yellow? Like you want to see these hot spots, right? Like this is not significant liquidity. This is where you see the significant liquidity. You want those hot yellow bars, right? And 64, you have something there. Let's turn it down just a little bit more, get a little bit more to show. Yeah, 64 down to about, yeah, that would be the local level. Let's see. 64, yeah, sweep the liquidity below these lows maybe. Maybe. We'll see that. Do I have a, I don't think I have a liquidity. Licks. We'll mark that out. We'll see what happens. So yeah, you do have licks here. And then I would also, where's 62? Yeah, which is just below the range, right? So really depends. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully this 100x long continues up. Another XRP trapped guy. Shout out to Mark Dutch. I'm not 100% sure what you're saying. Let's see. Okay, smoke him if you got him. Shout out to Flat Smack. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let us go ahead and take a look at some altcoins. Go ahead and throw those altcoins in the chat if you guys want me to take a look. We'll start off with Sheeb because Sheeb is ripping. Sheeb is absolutely pamping, guys. We are about to upgrade this stream, guys. I don't know. As you guys know, we're working on changing some content stuff around, maybe doing, due to popular demand. We may make this, not that we will never look at altcoins on this stream, but we may start doing altcoin dedicated streams because I think like with this stream, like most people tune in for Bitcoin, and we just know that from the analytics. Like as soon as we go to the altcoins, there's a heavy drop off of people. So we may actually just do this as a Bitcoin focused stream, right? Not that if someone asks for an altcoin, like might not check it out, but then just do like altcoin dedicated streams where we just kind of sit up there and we look at your altcoins. You guys can make requests. We kind of just freestyle. We'll make it like a little bit fun too. Might do some like live trading kind of stuff on that, like maybe like these 100x longs type thing. But yeah, we're upgrading this stream visually and also content wise. We're gonna be adding some new things here. Okay, so let's take a look at Sheeb here real quick. I mean, it's ripping, guys. It's ripping. Probably going to $17. I'm just kidding. Don't ever listen to anybody who says that. But Frankie Candles is here to give you the truth. Bearish or bullish, I don't care, guys. We make money going up or down. I love when people say, this guy's a bear. It's just like, I am neither, right? Like, I say, if anything, I'm a Bitcoin bull, right? Long-term Bitcoin bull, blockchain technology, woohoo, privacy, encryption, yay. Let's go crypto. But long-term super bullish. But, I am never a bear or a bull. I am, what way is price going? Where can I enter, up or down, to make money, right? And that's, in my opinion, the best way to look at it, right? A lot of people try to wait. They have to wait for the bear. They have to wait for the bull market to make money. The people have to go and find their next 100x meme coin and then gamble on it, right? I would rather find recreatable strategies on a Bitcoin chart and even use leverage, right? Like there's I can get 5x's and 10x's on Bitcoin all the time, right? Using leverage and responsibly, not gambling. And that's recreatable in a bear market or bull market, whether price is going up, down, or sideways, right? Like it just gives you the most opportunity to make money, in my opinion. And not that obviously 98% of my money is long-term invested, but in my opinion, like this is the way to extract the most money out of the market, right? Like we're making money when it goes up, making money when it goes down, and the fact that you can use leverage is insane, right? And again, finding like I've 6x, 10x money on Bitcoin many times. Some of it when it's going down, right? So it's like the most opportunity to make money, in my opinion. And it's you have to learn one thing, right? You learn how to read the charts. You don't have to learn about different. And not that this isn't cool, right? Like I'm interested in this stuff. It's fun, but you got to learn about the different chains. You got to learn about the new hottest trend. You got to worry about when things losing steam. Like you just learn the TA. It's always the same, right? And you could trade, you could trade meme coins or whatever you want on leverage as well. But like you just trade Bitcoin. It's like kind of like all your trading needs in one spot by only needing to know one skill, even though it's a vast skill, difficult skill, and many facets to that study. But, once you can master this, in my opinion, make your own 5Xs, make your own 10Xs. You don't got to hunt out the next meme coin. Not that I don't buy meme coins, but I'm just saying. But anyway, let's see here. Let's see. It's a very active way to make money. I always recommend people always ask me that. People always tell me they want to get into day trading. They want to get into scalping. They want to get into whatever. They want to get into trading. And I'll be honest with you guys. It's not for everybody, right? You have to understand it's very difficult. And another thing here is, and I'm here to make it easier for you and help you actually make money, not gamble. But if you don't have a lot of time, everybody wants to be a day trader, right? Like if you don't have a ton of time, like if you have a family, if you have a 9 to 5, if you have a lot of stuff to do during the day and you can't sit down at a chart and stare at the screen all the time, I don't recommend. That's like trading would be the last thing I recommend to somebody like that, right? Because like you're not going to have the time to sit down at the charts. You're already going to be stressed out. You're going to be, which is not what you need when you're trading. You need the least amount of stress, right? It's just you're very likely to lose money anyway, even if you are focusing 100%, right? You got to put that time in to learn. You got to pay that market tuition to learn the skill. But yeah, I actually someone texted me recently, someone I know personally, and they're looking to get. I think they're looking to get into trading, or I don't know if they're just looking to read the charts. I don't know if they might be watching this right now, but my I never answer them. I gotta answer them still, but if you're watching this, bro, I will say like. In your particular situation, like family, kids, full-time job, like trading is not what you're wanting to do, right? Most likely, and if you're already like, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And trust me, guys, if anybody has, I'm telling you this directly, someone who is making money here, showing my trades, right? It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to be able to make thousands of dollars. You can make $1,000. You'll be able to do that, right? But it's not a lot of people, I think, see someone like me or someone like they see online, or they might just see like some kind of guru on TikTok or whatever it is. And it's like people sell you this fake dream that you can just get rich. It's easy to get rich with trading overnight. It is not like that. And I'll be the first person to tell you that. Now, you can 100% make money. I'm a huge advocate for trading. You can make money. You don't need $1 million account. You don't need a $50,000 account. You can put $500, $1,000 into account and make some money, right? I just doubled an account yesterday with one trade, right? But this is not something that you're going to turn $500 into $5 million quickly. Neither is crypto, really. You can get rich quick in crypto, but a lot of these meme coins, they go up 100x, right? And there's no liquidity to even sell, so it's like it's only fun to look at on a screen, right? You can't actually take that money out. And most people will just hold their bag until zero anyway. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and if you really want to make money in this game, you have to accept that it's going to be a long journey. Nothing in life comes easy, even, hitting it big in crypto. Now, can you hit it on a meme coin and there is liquidity sell and you become a millionaire overnight? That does happen. But guys, I am in crypto full time. I do this for a living. I know more crypto people than most people. I don't think I know. Maybe I've met someone, but they never told me. But like, I have never met someone who was like, yeah, man, I just like bought Sheeb when it was a penny and I'm a bazillionaire now. Like, I've never met anybody like that. I'm not saying they're not out there, but it's not as common as you think. So just keep that in mind. But trading is something you can learn over time. It's like, I don't know. It's just trusty. It's trusty. But anyway, let's take a look here. Speaking of Sheeb, let's take a look here. I don't want to ramble anymore. That's the rant for the stream, guys. That's the rant for tonight. But let's see here. Okay, let me go ahead and pull some of these volume profiles really quickly. I'm going to mark the levels, value area high. Let me actually change that template. Bada boom. Lock the tool. We got your POC. We got your value area low. Bada boom. Right? So that is one range. I'm not going to mark out every single level, but I will give you guys I'll give you some sauce here. I'll give you some sauce. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me actually. Bitcoin pumping back up, baby. Come on, 100x long. We could do it. We could do it. All right. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, this is the chart that I wanted. I already have these levels up here. So, very simply put, guys. All these levels still remain valid, right? Next major level of resistance on Sheeb, sitting between 2001 and 2160. Weekly naked point of control, POC of the macro range, pulled from the bull market, right? These are your next levels, very simply put. And if I pull this local range, something like this, right? You can see these levels are confluent. Value area low comes right in this purple box. POC comes right in this purple box. Value area high kind of hovering there by itself. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's right on the golden pocket. These are the levels, guys. This is pretty clean. Bada boom, baby. There we go. Whoa, come on. Come on. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Right, so, yeah, these are the levels. Next value area low is your next key level. Again, if you are going to kind of had some kind of balance down here. If we actually break out here, flip this weekly naked point of control at about 2146. Next stop would be the weekly naked point of control sitting at about 2575. Get above that POC. Next stop would be the golden pocket at about 3258. Real hard to do with these kind of like crazy levels here. Money flow coming up on the daily. That's not a bad sign. 16-hour money flow crossover into the green. Also not a bad sign. Yeah, 4-day green dot, 4-day money flow crossover into the green. Can we get that on Bitcoin, for the love of God? I would really feel a lot better about Bitcoin if we could just get that high time frame money flow to flip back into the green. That would be what we're looking for. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on Sheeb. Those are the levels. And yeah, I mean, short term, can you cool off? Potentially, right? Like 4-hour red dot looking to print. Low time frame volatility, likely to come in here. But for the most part, I would be looking up towards those larger levels. I'll give you the higher time frame levels there today rather than all the scalp levels on Sheeb. So there you go. And just keep in mind, guys, last time we were in this bear market range and the buyers outweighed the sellers and we got that imbalance to the upside. Just keep in mind, price ripped right through that value area low, right through the POC, right up to that value area high. Like clockwork, guys. Like absolute clockwork. Unbelievable. Like, this was, like, one of the cleanest rotations of a volume profile I've ever personally seen. Break out of the local range here. Once you get out of there, price is going to seek fair value. Where's your next area of fair value? Very simply put, it's sitting right up here. Sitting right up here from the bull market range. If price leaves this area, it's going to seek out that area. What happens? You get above, flip the value area low to support. If I zoom in here, you can actually see. Flip the value area low to support. Right above the POC, flip the POC right to the high, right? Unbelievable. This was a crazy candle. Look at this daily candle. Talk about volatility. Look at Sheeb's daily candle here on the 5th of March. Just value area low, value area high, all in one day, right? Which was a 125% move in one day. What did that look like on a lower time frame? Let me just, I got to do this for myself, guys. I want to see this. I mean, that candle, that daily candle is absolutely insane. Of course, we can't see it on that time frame. We got to see this. This is going to be worth it. Oh, my God. Even the 30-minute is just like huge wick. bing, bong, right? Almost back to the high. Unbelievable. But yeah, those are the levels I'd be looking at on SHIB, guys. That is what I would be looking at. Why can I not? Where's my little button that brings me back to my current price action? I don't know where that went. But there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on SHIB. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the chat. What is going on, brother? We got Crypto Pollo as well. Said there is a rumor that you invented the freak off token. Is that true? I've never heard of the freak off token in my life. Is that a real thing? Shout out to Crypto Pollo. I can't tell if that's a joke or is there really a rumor that I started some token. Guys, I have never created a token or a coin in my life. In my life. If you hear anybody saying, buy Bing Bong token, buy Frankie Candles token, buy whatever freak off token, that's not even like one of my sayings or anything. So that's why it makes me think it's a joke. Crypto Pollo, let me know if that's true in the chat. But no, I've never made a coin in my life. I said I will never do that, and I kind of stand by that. Like, I never say never, but there's nothing but problems that come with that, right? Like, you're always going to get looked at as a scammer, which I'm not interested in. When weekly is low, you can hold it. Better chances. Shout out to Seek and Hunt. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. But yeah. Hey, Nirvana. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. You show Frankie throwing out Justin Bieber quotes. What is going on right now? Oh, it's a Diddy thing? I don't know. That went over my head. But please, for the love of God, guys, I have no coins. I'm not going to have a coin. So there you go. It's 100% a joke. Oh, but Frankie's freakouts sound fun. Yo, shout out to Crypto Pollo. Okay, I was going to say. I was like, yeah, no. But for the future, guys, I do not have meme coins. I'm sure in the bull market, somebody is going to try to scam people with a meme coin using our branding. It is not me. It will never be me. Never, ever. But anyway, with all that being said, never say never. Yeah, like, it's like, I don't know. Like, it would have to be, like, super, yeah, I don't know. I don't see a world where I do that, right? Because it's like, I don't know. I just don't like people who do. I just do it for my community. Like, the things I do for my community are undoubtedly for the community only, right? Like, our free indicator, Frankie Candles Essentials, I'm not collecting your email. I'm not asking you to click a link, right? You just go into TradingView and use it. This is something that, with one of our sponsors, Lux Algo, we did it in collaboration with. But this is something that is no strings attached. Please go use this for free. I have nothing to gain from this, right? And that's because we truly want to help out the community. Meme coins is like, it's for the community. And then it's like you realize they own most of the supply. And then all of a sudden one day it dumps. It's like, who did that? So yeah, it's just, I don't know. Just seems gross to me. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to, did I miss the altcoin list? I probably did. Going off of my trading rant. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. And obviously, guys, you can make money trading, right? And I am proof of that. I was not some kind of math whiz. I am a normal person, and and a lot of people in here make money, right? Based off the stuff that we teach here. So, but just like, don't think you're gonna get rich overnight. There's a lot of people out there selling fake dreams. I'll never sell you a fake dream. I will tell you the truth. You could get rich trading. You can make a ton of money trading. Yes, you can make $300 in 10 minutes, like we just did with that 100x long, which might be wrecked at this point. I don't know. I lost. I don't know where it is. But. Yes, you can do this, right? Like, yes, you can make money. Like, last night I made a couple $1,000s while I was sleeping, right? And that's not like to sell anything, right? Like, that's just how trading works. But number one, you're probably not going to start there. And number two, it takes a lot of work. But I will tell you the truth. This is all true. You can do this. I have done this, right? But it is hard work. And that's kind of a good thing, right? Because that means it's not a scam. If it's easy, use this strategy and become rich overnight, it's a scam. You're not going to make money. So do it the right way and really become financially free. You only need $200 a day to replace your yearly income, and you could do it learning this skill. I can promise you that. I can't promise you get rich overnight, though. But let's see. Tia, we can take a look at Tia. We took a look at Tia yesterday. Shout out to Mad Ed, said, you better pay your taxes. Yes, I always pay my taxes. Not paying taxes, guys, is not worth it at the end of the day, right? You're better off just paying what you're supposed to, then they're going to find you. I'm not a financial advisor or a tax professional, but I will say what I do. I pay my taxes. Although they do, it's like my least favorite thing to do, just because it's so annoying. It's like, tell me how much I owe you. Why do I have to go do all the work? Like, just tell me how much I owe you, and I'll give you the money, right? I saw a funny Instagram reel the other day about that. It was like, you owe us taxes. All right, how much do I owe you? I don't know. You tell us. I don't know. Well, you got to figure it out, or you're gonna go to jail. Well, I don't know. I'm disorganized. Well, that sucks for you. You're going to jail. It's like, what? Just tell me how much I owe you. It really is annoying. Hey, shout out to Nick Dunn. Said, Frankie, please send me a tub of Super U. I'm actually drinking Super U right now. Shout out to Super U. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know the implications of that. I don't know if we could send, like, workout supplements. I mean, I don't think it's a workout supplement. It's like a brain supplement. But, yeah, I don't know if we could do that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to we'll take a look at TIA. I don't know where the altcoins are. I probably missed them. And they're probably like, they're here. They're here. And I just can't find them. Yo, Tyler Durden said, I started the rumor. Yo, shout out to Tyler. All right, yeah, I'm just going to freestyle. I'm going to freestyle the altcoins, guys. All right, let's take a look at TIA. Took a look at TIA yesterday. Bada boom, bada bing. Wasn't this chart, that's for sure. There we go. I think it was the Coinbase chart. There we go. All right, so on TIA, I mean, my thoughts remain the same, right? There's not much to update on TIA here. Same thing. Your next key level is this is your low volume gap. Absolutely beautiful. Shout out to Crypto Poet said Ondo performing Ondo performing so pretty structure and about to hit a low volume gap. Well, shout out to Crypto Pollo. That leads right into the TIA. The TIA. Absolutely beautiful here. Tapping on that low volume gap. Can we get above there for a flip of support and a quick move up to the value area low sitting at $8.83. I do think that is possible. And again, just to pull up the VPVR, show that low volume gap in all of its glory. You guys can see that right here. As you know, if you're new to the channel, all right, you guys said let it ride, baby, for the 100x long. All right. Here we go. Crypto gods. We got a real candle here. Please do not wreck me on this 100x long, even though I won't really care if you do. But please don't. We want to make money, not lose money, even if it's a responsible, measured amount. And we're okay losing it. We just want to make money. Please make us rich overnight. Amen. Okay. Anyway, let's continue on here. If you're new to the channel here, guys, just to go over this real quick, low volume gaps are a very easy way to visualize where price will move through very quickly, right? You have a low volume gap here, high volume gap, high volume node, low volume node, high volume node, right? And obviously this is broken down. You have high volume, high volume, high volume, low volume. But in general, most of your volume's up here and down here, not much here. What does that mean? That means that when you break into this zone, typically, you're going to get a quick move through there, right? There's not a lot holding you down. There's not a lot holding you back, right? And you can see here, last time we broke into this low volume gap, you can see we came down, got rejected out of the range, quick move all the way through that gap, and then we started consolidating here, right? So very likely, when you have those quick moves down, oftentimes they will be quick moves up. So just keep that in mind. Key level to break is still, I would say, like, first level you want to get above is $7. Second level and the real level to get the quick move, in my opinion, is going to be $7.65. And you can see that is like literally the level that you kind of got a reaction on right here, right? Like price came down, right? Quick move through the gap, little bounce, and then you filled the rest of the gap, right? So probably going to be something like this. Get above $7, quick move up, get a little rejection, and then fill the rest of the gap. That's kind of what I would picture, right? So there you go. That is pretty nice. You want to get into the zone, get a quick move up to about $8.75. And yeah, that would be like the next target in my opinion, right? You have balance, some kind of balance down here. Once you get above, you're looking to seek out the previous area of balance, which is very simply put right there. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking for on TIA. Same thing as yesterday. Somebody clip it. Are we going to see a $8.75 TIA in the near future? Well, I would say if you flip $7.66, probably going to be likely. All right. Let's see. Now, locally, could you cool off, right? Daily red dots, money flow crossing into the green. That is a good sign. But, those red dots on the daily could potentially give you a little cool off. But the plan remains the same. Get in here, look up there. That's what I'm looking at on TIA. All right. Let's see. Shout out to Neighborhood Helper. This is a G-rated stream, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. He said, I'd like to, I don't know, something with a low volume gap. I'm not going to read it out loud. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. But I will drop a like on it. You guys are funny. Shout out to Neighborhood Helper. Come on, guys. We're gonna derail this stream. Unbelievable. All right, let's continue on. Chainlink, we could take Chainlink. Yo, Tony D's up. People wild out here, bro. Yeah. This is a G-rated YouTube. We're family friendly. YouTube. We're family friendly. We're not made for this channel's not made for kids or anything, but we're definitely we try to keep it family friendly. We do actually have a lot of Mafia members that like to watch the show with their kids. It is pretty funny. People wild out here. Shout out to the Mafia, best community out there. Why doesn't who doesn't like a good low volume gap? I mean, I love them. I fill them constantly. I'm talking about the charts, guys. Talk about the charts. We can check Sui. We'll check Sui and all right, Sui, Ondo, and Chainlink are going to be next. We'll take a look at Sui, Ondo, and Chainlink. Popping out on Chainlink. Same thing. Knocking on the door here, guys. A lot of these coins are knocking on the door. It doesn't mean that the door will open immediately. Sometimes the guy who's delivering the package knocks, and then they don't answer the door, and they go, okay, I guess I'll go back to my car. And then the door opens up, and they're like, oh, wait, hang on, here's your package. Bing, bong. And then he runs into the house and steals all the food. I'm kidding, guys. I'm losing it. I think I'm losing it here, guys. Price action's got to do something more exciting than a 5% pump for me to be normal again. But yeah, knocking on the door here, value area low, sitting at about $12.66. That is your doorway to higher prices, potentially targeting that POC at $14.21. Flip that, looking up towards $17.50 Chainlink. But as of right now, you're kind of in between value areas. You have value built here. Last time we broke out, we tested and got accepted back into the range. So that's option number one. We could get rejected and accepted back into the range, in which case, that's why we like to look for shorts on the deviations above the highs and longs on the deviations below the lows of those volume profiles. This is the laws of the volume profile and why they are so dang reliable. So if we can get above here, flip that level again at $12.66. Flip that to support. That's the level you need to hold to get up to that 1426 POC. Other than that, if you get a cool off, key level of support is going to be, get rid of that golden pocket and this golden pocket. Held that golden pocket. I mean, guys, when you have a volume profile here, low key, special sauce here, not special sauce, but when you have a volume profile and your fib, your golden pocket 786 lines up with that value area low, oftentimes that is a good place, especially on a deviation below the value area low, to look to go back to the POC, back to the high. Especially if you're within a looking for a higher low and a continuation up, like this is sauce right here. But right now, we're above that, so what I would do is pull from this low to the high. Shout out to anybody who watched the Fibonacci video. If you guys are interested in learning how I use Fibonacci's, and watching a trade recap on how I used it to get into my long position, which is still up about $3,000. You can check that link. Tony D will drop it right now. Shut up. Yo, Tony D, you're crazy, bro. Frank, what the heck? I'm watching with my sons and daughters. Painfully single, 5'10", by the way. Yo, shout out to Tony D, bro. You guys are crazy. Or Tony D is crazy. Okay, so yeah, that's what I would kind of look for. If we do pull back, very simply put, I would watch that volume profile down below for support, right? Like if we get a full retracement, you could get back into the range, go back down to the golden pocket 786 before making another break. If you don't go down that low, I would probably be watching the value area high as a key level of support, right? Let me pull an anchored VWAP on this as well. Yeah, I mean, like this would be a nice place to get a bounce. Low key, we come back to these all the time, and we hit those bounce zones all the time. And just so you guys, a little look behind the scenes here. Sometimes I go back to these live stream charts, and like if I pull link up tomorrow and we come like this, and then it bounces back into this range up to the POC, sometimes I see that stuff on the next day's live stream when I'm looking at the alts for you guys. And I am literally just like kind of like, oh my God. I look at so many altcoins and I'm like, I give this sauce, but there's no way for me to like, if I had alerts on all these altcoins for all this stuff, it's impossible for me to take all these trades. So sometimes it's painful. Like if this happens and I don't catch it, it is painful sometimes. But for the most part, guys, I do trade Bitcoin for the most part. Not that I don't trade alts, but I do recommend that if you're out there and you want to learn how to trade and you actually want to actively trade, stick to one asset, right? Like don't be like, don't spread yourself too thin, right? Like it can get very enticing to like long and short, like a million different things at one time. And it's not that you shouldn't or can't do that, but I would recommend sticking with one thing. Bitcoin, especially if you're using leverage, will move plenty to make money. You don't need the extra percentage gains on an altcoin when most things follow Bitcoin anyway. You're going to wind up seeing a bullish setup on an altcoin, right? And then you're going to long it, and then Bitcoin's just going to dump, and you're not going to realize, and you're going to be like, oh my God, Bitcoin dumped. Obviously, this coin's going to dump too. And so why not just stick to the thing that runs everything, right? Because when you can use leverage and amplify those little moves, right? Like, again, not that you should use 100x leverage, but on Bitcoin here, right? Again, warning, do not use 100x leverage. But I'm just saying this stands true for any kind of leverage that you use. For this long down here that I just entered, I mean, it was up like, at this point, like $300 or $400. What is it up right now? We'll just check in on it. Is it wrecked? No, that is not it. It is this. So up $250, right? This is up $250. Look how small this move is. This is why leverage is so good. Again, if used responsibly. This little blip, this little tiny move on the chart, it is a 1% move. This tiny little move can make $250, $270, right? You don't need the massive moves to make a ton of money when you're leverage trading. That's the beauty of it. And price action is fractal, right? What it does on the 4-hour, the setups on the 4-hour are the same as the 5-minute, right? Like, obviously, they relate to each other, and you have to pay attention to the higher time frame bias. But, this little move, right, is the same thing as catching, right? Like if I could turn this little amount of money into $281 here on that 1% move, look how small that move is. You don't need to catch this whole move to make a bunch of money, right? Especially, I know, $285 for a lot of people, if you could lock that in right now, that's like a day's work, 2 days work sometimes, right? Or maybe even more, right? Everyone's in a different position, but, you don't need, just to show, like you don't need to catch these huge moves all the time. Now, if this move continued, obviously you want it to go up as much as you can. But like these little scalps up and down, like there is money to be made. And that's why leverage is so nice, right? And that's why I say like stick with Bitcoin. People are like, yeah, well, Bitcoin's not volatile enough. Just this little move. This little move here, right? It's tiny little, you can't even see it on the 10-hour. Right? The tiny little pop to the upside can make you a decent bit of money. And that's the beauty. That's how you want to look at leverage. It's to amplify the moves, right? It's not to gamble. It is to amplify the moves. All right, let's see. Shout out to KD King, says, I must be blocked in this chat. Shout out to KD King. You are not blocked in this chat. I see you loud and clear. Well, I guess I don't see you loud. I see you clear, though. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so let's see. We took a look at Tia. We took a look at Sheeb. Let's go ahead. We took a look at Link. Let's take a look at, actually, I do just want to take a look at Link one last time. So, yeah, knocking on the doorway to higher prices. Just checking Market Cipher. I mean, yeah, 45-minute green dot looking to print. I mean, it's going to be volatile on the low time frames, but a 16-hour money flow crossing over into the green, daily money flow crossing over into the green, 12-hour money flow crossing over into the green. So, yeah, I mean, I would kind of remain the same. As long as Bitcoin is still bullish, like we could still obviously look for these altcoins to make moves. But if we pull back, that's the zone I'd be looking at for a potential bounce. Nice confluence in there. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Jake Mooney, not to be confused with Jake Money, says, what does the percentage mean? Does that mean he already did that trade? Shout out to Jack Money. I don't 100%, or Jake Money, I don't 100% know exactly what you're asking. If you could re-ask it or put a little more detail, I'll try to answer you in the chat. Bada boom, bada bing. Any more entries on Bitcoin? I mean, for me personally, no. I'm already short from the SFP. Long 100x. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing that for especially beginners. Like, don't even think about using 100x. Between 1 and 5x leverage, 1 and 10x leverage maybe is what you should be using as a beginner. 1 and 5 as a beginner, 1 and 10 as like an intermediate, maybe 20. Like usually 20x is like the highest I will go on like a full position that I'm using, or like on a main account. It really depends on the situation. But yeah, the for copy trading, shout out to Jake Mooney. I don't want to say okay, so for copy trading, like I see a lot of the exchanges will allow you to do copy trading. I'll be honest, like, it's very risky, right? It's not that you can't make money, but like, I think a lot of people are going to approach that as in like, oh, I'll just put $500 into an exchange and I'll just go on this guy and let this and copy trade this person. Now, I'm not saying don't do this. It's a bad idea. Like, it could be cool. It could be fun. You could make some money, right? But I just want to be very clear that this is not something, if it's too good to be true, like, as long as you go into it understanding that that person can 100% also lose your money, right? Like, people ask me to trade for them all the time, right? Like, I even have family ask me like, hey, can I just give you money and then you trade it for me and we'll split the profit? And I'm like, I won't even do that for my family, right? Because you have to understand, like, just because I make money trading and I can be profitable doesn't mean that, like, I win all my trades or I'm guaranteed to have your account be profitable, right? I have bad weeks. I have bad months sometimes, right? So, yeah, like, as long as you approach it with that, if I were to open up a copy trading thing, right? Like, just because you invest in my copy trading, thing doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to make money. I could lose all my money too, right? If I could lose money in a trade, I could even have a bad week or a bad month. But as long as you're approaching it with, like, you're not going to be able to just put money in a copy trading account and then just make a ton of money, like, as passive income. It's not going to work like that. It's just too good to be true, right? If it was that easy, I wouldn't trade, right? I would just find the best trader in the world, who knows who it is, and I would just copy trade them, right? But I think it's fun to mess around with, right? Like, I've played around with them on the exchanges before, just putting some money in and doing the copy trading. You can also set your own risk management. I made videos on the copy trading. I'll make it again. Maybe I'll even do it, right? But you just have to approach it with the idea that, like, you're not just guaranteed to make money because someone might be a profitable trader. They could still lose your money. But as long as you approach it like that, I think it's fine. Okay, so they manipulate their numbers. Maybe, like, what do you mean? Like their gains, like the advertisement of, like, oh, this guy made 1,000% in the last month. I wouldn't know I don't even know how you would do that. But definitely, probably possible. Got you. Appreciate the feedback. Shout out to Jake Mooney. Yeah, like, I don't want to go against it, right? Like, I would maybe even do that one day, but you just can't approach it where it's like, oh, if I give my money to this guy who's a professional trader, he's going to make me money. Like, you just can't be mad if they lose your money, right? So there you go. All right, let's continue on here. We took a look at Link. Let's go ahead and take a look at, all right, Tia, Link. Let's take a look at Ondo. Yeah, learn TA, do it yourself, Wayne C. Like, that's what I would say, especially with all the free content out there, especially on this channel, these live streams I teach every single day for free, every weekday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the premium Discord, super educational, where you kind of just, like, it's more like a mentorship where you just kind of, like, I walk you guys through my thoughts on price action, like, as it happens. And the YouTube channel is like a free trading course, right? We have our beginner series, but really, like, the whole YouTube channel is like, I was talking to Tony D, like, this whole beginner series is like, the whole YouTube channel is like a beginner trading course for 100% free. Like, this new beginner series is really just for me to remake beginner tutorials that I've made, but make them more updated and put them in an organized fashion just to kind of get everybody introduced to the charts, how to read candles, how to use Fibonacci's, ideas on how to use them to make money. But yeah, there's so much free stuff out there. You're better off just learning yourself and doing it yourself, in my opinion. But it's for fun. I think it's fine. Yo, shout out to Pennywise, said, gotcha. Don't be a pencil neck. Shout out to Crypto Face. But yeah, let's take a look at Ondo here real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. I mean, when did this pump happen? When was the last time we looked at Ondo? Man, we look at so much stuff here, guys. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say we were looking for this, but I can almost guarantee you, like, the fact that this volume profile is on the chart. Last time we looked at Ondo, we were probably saying, hey, when did this happen? The 22nd? This happened a few days ago? I don't know. We might have drawn this profile after or before. But either way, the fact this is on the chart, right? We know that once you bang your head on this level, once you flip that to support, like, here it is, right? Especially with the volume profiles. I would recommend screw the copy trading. Just learn the volume profiles. Watch my videos. Google it. I don't even care if you watch my stuff. Watch other people's stuff too. Learn as much as you can. But, value area low. For anybody new to the stream, I'm going to drop sauce for you. This is a volume profile. It is the most powerful trading tool you could possibly use, in my experience, right? It's obviously subjective, but I have nothing to benefit from this, right? You can't sell these. Even the one that I have that is mine is free, right? You have the value area high, the value area low, and the POC of the range. This is the most magical trading tool you could possibly use. When price approaches these ranges, Your value area low is the doorway to higher prices if you're coming from underneath, right? If you're coming from above, the value area high is going to be your doorway to lower prices. Yes. So once this, as you come up, is going to be resistance until proven otherwise, right? So it's a key level of resistance, but once you get above it, and if you've been tuned in, if you're new here and you've been tuned in since the beginning of the stream, you'll see this is like the 16th time this has popped up. You get above the value area low. Once you flip it to support, the next likely place for price to go, based off the laws of the volume profile, is for the POC to suck price up to the POC, right? And then once you flip that POC, you're going to be looking for the value area high to come in, right? So you go from the low, flip the low to support, go to the POC, flip the POC, go to the value area high. This is how it works, right? And when you come from a higher price, right, like this, you can even come down to a lower time frame. You could probably see all the levels getting respected. When you approach a value area from below, you are waiting. This is your doorway to lower prices now. It is going to be support until proven otherwise. Once you break back in and get stuck underneath the range, underneath that value area high, you look to go to the POC. And then once you get stuck under that POC, you look for price to go back down to the value area low. And then once you go down to the low, you could start looking for longs. The above the volume profiles are considered overvalued and below is undervalued. This is a cheap asset and you're looking to go into the higher prices, and this is an expensive asset looking to go down into lower prices. You look for longs here, shorts here. Now, it's not that easy. You can't just come up short, come down long. You have to find the entry triggers, which we talk a lot more about in the premium Discord, and we will eventually talk more about in Frankie Candles University at some point. I'm not putting a date on that. It's going to take a long time to build out, but eventually that's my goal, to help people learn how to make money trading these volume profiles like we do. But it's like a lot of the sauce is here, right? But right now, hold above that POC. I'd be looking up for an 85-cent Ondo. Very simply put, right? If we get stuck under the POC again, we could look back down to the value area low. So there you go. Other than that, 10-hour money flow looking strong here. Daily money flow looking to cross over into the green. So, maybe you cool off with the daily red dot, but as soon as that money flow crosses over into the green, you would be looking more for a higher low and a continuation up to higher prices, potentially up to the, your next major volume profile is up in the dollar range, but we're still kind of far away from that, right? So I'd be looking at this range. You can see it was respected over here. Once you extrapolate that over to the right, it is respected once again. Overvalued, back to the POC, stuck under the high, back down to the low. Deviate from the low, back to the high. Deviate from the high, back to the low. Deviate the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, back to the low. And I even broke down that 100x long on Bitcoin was literally based off, it works on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 5 minute, the weekly, the 10 hour, everywhere, right? Same thing here. I used the Frankie Candles Essentials, the free indicator by Lux Algo and me. I helped them design it. I did not do any of the coding. I don't know how to do any of that. You pulled the volume profile and I got to change the settings here. Bear with me. Right? I know I went over this already, but just to show again, doesn't have to be difficult, right? Keep it simple. You have your range, find your volume profile. Where is my, there we go. I don't know why my divergences aren't printing here. Interesting. But very simply put, this is your range. You come down, deviate below the low. You look to go above that value. Again, like this works on the 1 minute too, guys. It's unbelievable. Oh God, what just happened? Trading view disappeared. It's like the same thing, right? Like you could. This is why trading is the best. This is why I love trading, because it doesn't matter. It's like, here's your volume profile. This is on the 1 minute time frame. We just looked at volume profiles on the daily, right? You could use this on any time frame. Same thing. Undervalued, overvalued. Now, obviously, you're going to be in this 1 minute trade way less, or for a way less amount of time, lower amount of time. Come on, let me pull the dang measurement, right? If you're looking to short from the value area high to the low here, you're in this for 12 minutes, right? If you're longing from the value area low to the value area high, it's 12 minutes, right? Even here, is that just going to be 12 minutes again? 9 minutes, right? So if you were trading this range, right, you would have to be trading with either a lot of leverage or a lot of money, because it's not a big move. But, undervalued, flip the value area low to support, POC value area high. Above the high, once you get accepted back into the range, you go to the POC, lose the POC, you go to the low. Deviate below, the low, you look to flip the POC to support, and then go to the POC value area high. And then eventually, hopefully, you could break out, right? So it works like that on every single time frame. This is why this tool is the best. Shout out to Greeny. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate the super chat. Said, Mr. Candles, can we please check DYDX? Let's go ahead and check it out here. DYDX, not DYDC or whatever I just put. So there you go. Let's take a look. Maybe we'll just use the Frankie Candles Essentials to see if we can get any nice setups here. Again, like I feel like I shill that indicator. I just understand I have no reason to shill it other than to help you. That is my main focus of this YouTube channel and always will be, to help the Candle Mafia, right? So yeah, please, for the love of God, go get that indicator, especially if you don't have access to the fixed range on TradingView, because I think you might need a paid version. I don't know if it's the visible range. I always forget. But mine's free. If you can't get it on TradingView, you have the free version of TradingView. You can just get my free indicator, and you can use it anyway. Let's see. DYDX. Yeah, so your larger... there's kind of two ranges here, right? Like I see this range being a volume profile and then this range kind of being a volume profile, but you could kind of combine them into one. I'm sorry. So I'll give you kind of the big levels here, and then I'll show you some local levels. I'll just pull that roughly. Okay, so yeah, like this is going to be your big levels, right? Like value area high, golden pocket. Whoops. Bada boom. Yeah, value area high, golden pocket, 786. These are going to be like, we're really far away from these, but I feel it's important to look at these levels, right? And I know a lot of this stuff is pumping, but I wouldn't call this alt season. I know a lot of people are like, alt season beginning. It's like, what? This is not alt season. In my book. I mean, it could be a mini alt season, but not alt season. Alt season is 50xing your portfolio every day. It's like you wake up and you're like, oh my God, money's falling out of the sky. Oh, shout out to Tony D said you need to pay now for both volume tools, not the Frankie Candles indicator though. Okay. So there you go. I did not know that. I thought one of them was free. So, and just for anyone, again, who's new, I have a feeling we have some new faces in here today. If you are new, the visible range volume profile is simply just this indicator that pops up on the side here that I pulled up before. These are the same tools. They just function differently. The fixed range lets you select an amount of candles, and I will make a video on this in the beginner series, just basically explaining the volume profiles. But the fixed range lets you select a range of candles to pull your volume profile on, or you can use your visible range, which is very simply put, the same thing, right? It's the same exact tool. You could even mark your value area high, value area low, POC on here, right? But the difference here is that this will analyze the candles that are visible on your chart, right? So that volume will change the more candles you involve, right? So if I just want to see the volume on these little candles here, I would just zoom in and only show those candles, and you'll see the volume will change. Now I'm looking at the volume profile of just these candles, right? Zoom out, you'll see it change again. Bada boom, right? So they're the same tools. They're just work differently, but these are apparently both paid. So if you want a free one, Frankie Candles Essentials by Lux Algo, please go get it. It is literally free. No strings attached. And it will change the game for you. I promise you that. Can't promise you get rich overnight, but it will change your trading game, or at least how you view your TA. Big light bulb moment when I started looking at the volume profiles. Very big light bulb moment. But anyway, so here's the thing, right? Like this would be looked at, especially on a macro volume profile like this. Like this is discount, right? This is cheap. This is undervalued, right? And now that we're starting to see a lot of other altcoins start to pump, is DYDX going to follow eventually? Well, if it does, this is still very undervalued in my opinion. Daily money flow coming to the upside. If that crosses over, we are likely to start an uptrend here, right? Taking a look at the 3-day. 3-day money flow still pretty dang deep in the red here, but VWAP flying up. These time frames obviously take a long time to kind of work themselves out. I mean, you do have bullish divergences down here on the higher time frames. Doesn't mean instant moon time. I mean, but you even have like weekly bull divs here, like lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves. I mean, if you get the move up, the next major target would be $1.50, right? And then you flip that value area low, look to break in and fill the rest of that range. And that would be, you know, it doesn't guarantee that you get that to happen, but that's kind of how I would view things right now. You know, locally, can you cool off a little bit? Probably. You know, bear divs, 4-hour red dots. You know, it doesn't mean you're going to zero, but, you know, local volatility probably going to be likely. I mean, you do just kind of have this general trend. Yeah, I mean, this is just like a nice little channel. So, I mean, ideally, you would want to get into your trade down here, right? Like if you were looking for this to, you want to enter here so you get in before the breakout. But, yeah, I mean, you like break it. Once you start breaking out of that trend, I would be looking for a move up there. Because, again, just like on the 1 minute, I was looking for that long on Bitcoin below the volume profile. This is below the volume profile with divergences, right? They're just, take longer to print because it's such a high time frame. So there you go. That's kind of what I'd look for on DYDX. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'd look for. I would just pay attention to the higher time frame stuff for DYDX, to be quite honest. Shout out to Multisig Dummy. Let's go. He says fixed range volume profile is free. Yeah, that's what I thought. Shout out to Multisig Dummy. I don't know if they changed that. Shout out to Profit. Shout out to Profit. Profit Cypher says bearish short term and get out before the weekend. Hey, I hope so. I am in a $70,000 short, so almost $80,000 short. So hopefully that does wind up playing out. Oh, hey, shout out to Randy. Said Randy Hipper sent us over. Let's go. Shout out to Randy. Oh, no, someone said we're dumping. Oh, my God, 100x long wrecked. Frankie Candles wrecked on stream. My career is over. Oh, my God, look at that. That's why you got to take profits quick on these 100x's, guys. They said let it ride, though. Shout out to the Mafia. I'm just kidding, guys. This is more for fun for me, right? Like, still up $80, but, like, I'm not worried about this. I'm just kidding. But anyway, shout out to Randy sending some people over. I appreciate you guys. Yo, shout out to Smile Factory. He said Mrs. Candle is going to starve if you don't close the 100x. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, shout out to Gene Lee. What is going on? Shout out to, all set in the chat. Zesty. Man, Randy must have sent a bunch of people over. Shout out to Randy. Go subscribe to her channel, guys. She's got some awesome content. All right, let's take a look at Sui next. Oh, God. Profit is disappearing, guys. We just went from 300 in profit to 55. That shows you the dangers of leverage trading, guys. Should we take the 50? There she is. There's Randy. What is going on, Randy? What is going on? Thank you for rating us. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Chicken Live said, no reply to my super chat. I missed it. Let's see. Can you check ETC? Can it go $30 this year? Shout out to Chicken Live. Are you live too right now? Shout out to you. Yeah, we'll take a look at ETC real quick. I do want to take a look at Sui, and then we'll take a look at Ethereum Classic. I mean, hey guys, I don't know. I think I'm going to stop talking about the volume profiles because they're literally going to put me out of a job. Door rate lower, door rate at higher prices, break above, go to the POC, get above the POC, go to the value area high. Now we're rejecting the value area high. Oh, no, guys, please don't ever leave me. Don't ever leave me. That's it, guys. Listen, the volume profiles aren't all that, guys. They're not all that. Don't worry about them. Seriously, don't worry about them. They're not that great. They're kind of bad. Don't pay attention to them. And, yeah, don't use them. Don't use them. They're bad. Stop it. Watch the Frankie Candles live stream if you want TA. Don't use volume profiles yourself. Please, for the love of God. You'll lose all your money. I'm just kidding, guys. But anyway, yeah, red dot printing here. I mean, let's be honest, right? And I will do a recap on Bitcoin before we wrap up here real quick, guys. We all love Mark Dutch. I love Mark Dutch, that's for sure. They're not bad, LMAO. Shout out to Kelly Boy. No, they're not good. Kelly, they're going to put me out of a job. They're not good. Don't say that. I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, they're OP. The reason I'm saying that is because it just played out perfectly on Sui. As you guys know, this was something we were looking at, I think it was last week, right? Looking at us approaching the value area low. Looking at what we always look at, right? Break above the value area low, go to the POC, look for a move up to the high, right? You look to fill that range because when you lose your balance, you are going to seek your next area of balance, right? We did kind of have a range here, but for the most part, you have balance down here. Once the buyers started outweighing the sellers, you're going to seek out your next area of balance, which is sitting up here. This is the magnet, specifically the POC. The POC is the area where the highest volume is traded, making it the strongest magnet within the profile, right? So there you go. Now, not only that, right? We have the golden pocket retracement, which was already likely to get hit. And then once we flip the golden pocket, not only are you flipping the golden pocket and looking to the 786, but you're also flipping the value area low. And the PLC and the 786 were right on top of each other there for a very, very confident move up. And now we're just simply hitting resistance, right? So if we come down to the POC, we start losing the POC, you may be able to get a move back down to the low. This is how the volume profiles work. And if you did get a move down there, I'll be honest, let me pull some. I mean, this was just kind of a nice stair step to the upside here. I'll be honest. But if you pull this, if you pull this, right? Like I would like, if you were able, I don't know if you're going to get it, but if you were able to get a move back down here, I would look for longs on that value area low for a potential continuation up, right? Why? Because the daily money flows in the green. This indicates the longer term trend. This is your filter. You want to be conservative with the shorts, not that you can't short, but you want to be conservative with the shorts and greedy with the longs in the uptrends. When you have daily money flow in the green, 2-day money flow looking pretty saucy here on SUI, guys. And we looked at this too. Another thing we were looking at here was the daily money flow crossover into the green here, right? This is, again, why I like money flow as well, is the directional nature of it, right? Money flow trends to the upside, right? That is letting you know that you're likely going to start an uptrend, right? So you might want to look for higher lows here. Where would you look for the higher lows? Well, you have to watch the Fibonacci video that we dropped on Wednesday to find out. But highly recommend you guys go watch that. But this is... yeah, I mean, daily money flow crossover, that's one of the reasons why we were looking for this continuation into this next move, saying, hey, money flow crossover into the green, we could get a continuation up. Where is price likely to go? Probably going to go into that volume profile. Now, again, one of the other things we looked at, right, this last daily money flow crossover into the green wound up giving us a very large move. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be the same exact move, but to be honest, since we did that, right, we were measuring it, saying it was about 350% from that daily money flow crossover. And since this money flow crossover, I mean, it's been pretty dang close to what happened last time. Only up 133% so far, but look how early we are in that money flow crossover, right? So if we did, and then this is where we pulled up the Fibonacci extensions, right, on that money flow crossover, right, if we were to get a 350% move, looking at a $3.20, potentially a $3.20 SUI, which does bring you, right in to this Fibonacci extension. This is like the same TA that we did last week and yesterday. So yeah, I mean, just measure that up, 350%, right? Daily money flow crossover, 300% brings you to about 325, 350. Yeah, just right around that zone. Would be nice to see, but it's not going to go up in a straight line, right? SUI actually doesn't like to pull back very heavily. Just kind of goes up, tiny pullback, up, tiny pullback, up, tiny pullback. Kind of just grinds up, to be honest. It's same thing here. It's like a steep grind up. But if you do pull back, I would love to see something like that before, getting the next moves up. But yeah, looking pretty good in the long term. Could cool off short term. It's kind of my vibe right now. Bullish long, medium term, kind of looking for a pullback short term. But remember, in strong uptrends, not necessarily the easiest, or in strong uptrends, right? Like you're not always going to get the biggest corrections, right? And like we saw this happen on Bitcoin yesterday, right? Looking for the red dot to potentially bring us down a bit. But what happened, right? Like we kind of just came down a tiny bit and then just made another higher high. But we knew that liquidity was sitting up there. I love that it happened. Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a hashtag value. Drop a sauce can in the chat. Drop a hashtag sauce. Drop something in the chat to let me know if you were in the live stream yesterday talking about why we were suspicious with the move, with that $65,000 liquidity sitting above for that next little pop to the upside. And I think I even said, like, if we do get the move, it might be something like this where it's a quick move to grab that liquidity and then a bigger move down, or maybe we just get the move down here. And right now, it's looking like it's the second case where we came up to sweep the liquidity next, and now we might get the cool-off. But again, in a strong uptrend, I don't know how strong that downtrend is going to be. For the sake of my $80,000 short, hopefully it's strong. Let's see. Is that a popcorn emoji? What is that? Popcorn emoji. There we go. Yeah, drop those sauce cans in the chat if you guys were here. It's pulling back now. Shout out to Jake Mooney. Oh, man, that 100X long, guys. Oh, no. It's back up 175. This is volatile. This is very volatile, guys. Don't use 100x leverage. But if you are going to use leverage to trade, guys, highly recommend Blowfin, which we now have these nice little lower thirds. I don't know if that worked. I can't even see my screen. But you guys can check the link in the description if you want to trade on Blowfin. No KYC. It's like where everybody's trading right now because you don't have to KYC. It's very nice. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at Ethereum Classic, little ETC for our boy. Who was it? Shout out to Chicken Live. How could I forget that? All right, let's see here. That's an old chart. We might not have a signal. Okay, no, here we are. Current chart on ETC. Oh, baby. Very, very funny. Have not looked at. Don't use the volume profiles, guys. Keep coming to the live streams, guys. Keep coming to the live streams. I'm just kidding. I mean, here you are, right? Got to fill your volume profile, right? Respected this a little bit. Starting to get the breakout just a little bit. But I would be careful, right? Because remember, this is technically, yeah, money flow's a little bit choppy here. I will say this, right? If you're trying to figure out, I would actually even extend this a bit. I would look at this as the current volume profile. So right now, these are your local levels, right? Value area high. Whoops. Come on, mate. There we go, right? So I would be careful here, right? Because technically right now, this is an overvalued asset. As you deviate above the highs, this is where you want to look to return back into the range potentially if you have bearish signals and then get a move back down to the low. This is not where you want to long. This is where you want to short. This is where most people want to long, and this is not where most people short. You want to long a little at the lows when everyone's scared, and you want to short at the highs, at least if you're short-term trading, when everybody's bullish, right? Now, here's the thing. When is this range going to break out? Well, we can see our money flow crossing over into the green here, so this could be a legitimate breakout. So it's not that just because we're above the high, you have to come back in here. But if you were to have, bearish confirmations up here, you could look to short it back to the value area high. I would probably be locking in profit here, moving my stop loss to entry in case you do get a stronger bounce and a higher low off that level, which to be quite honest with you, like this is the key level of support, right? Because if you are just going to break out here and continue up, if you get a retracement, this is the zone you're probably going to hold on ETH Classic, right? Right about there, right? You have your POC just down below as well. I mean, I would probably incorporate that. I know it turns into a pretty big zone, but I mean, maybe something like this, if you do cool off, you might want to look for support down here. And then once you start losing the 786 in the POC, that's where you could look for the bigger move. But you could potentially come in here, put in a higher low, and then get a significant breakout. It really depends on what happens with Bitcoin, to be quite honest. But that's the level, right? You have the nice guide of what that volume profile is going to give you down below. Get stuck under the high, go to the POC, get stuck under the POC, look to go down to the low. But if you hold this level, because you're in an uptrend and money flow on the higher time frames is coming up, daily money flow is looking to cross over into the green. 2-day money flow is not looking as pretty, but not horrible. So, yeah, I mean, I would look for short-term cool-offs here. I wouldn't say that you can't pull back, but I'd be careful around these support levels. I wouldn't be trying to short this to zero, especially with that 10-hour money flow looking so fresh. You can see it was the last time we broke out of this range. You had a 10-hour money flow crossover into the green, right? You see money flow coming out. You break out of the range, but then you just get accepted back in. Money flow faked out. If this is a real money flow crossover into the green, probably more likely for this trend to continue up, right? If we cool off and then you get that daily money flow crossover into the green, that's kind of what I would look for. That daily money flow crossover into the green would call for the bigger move up. And then at this point, right, like if you're looking at the larger scale, right, this is really your big area of value. This is very underpriced down here, in my opinion, right? If you are going to get the continuation up, price is likely to seek out that major value area low sitting at 24.45. It would take time to get up there. There's probably going to be a lot of noise. You're probably going to have a lot of price action happening here. You're going to have a lot of uptrends, downtrends, uptrends, right? It's going to be annoying. But once you get up to that value area low, flip it to support. That's where you can look for the bigger move up. That's what I'd be looking at on ETH Classic. Chicken Live. Hopefully that helps you out. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I think we have for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for sticking around till the end. Shout out to Tree, says bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you for tuning in. I don't know if that worked. I don't have my headphones on. I can't hear. Let's see. Shout out to Intune, said already took profits yesterday, 25% off the board for lower prices and letting the rest ride. Got to keep some dry powder on the side at all times. Shout out to Intune. That's what I like to hear, bro. Taking money while you're in the green, because as you know, if you haven't been watching the live stream with this 100x long, if you don't take your profits while they're on the table, they will very quickly disappear. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. So, guys, be safe out there trading. Hopefully, you guys learned something today, and I helped you understand where Bitcoin is going, at least in the short term here. Let me actually just do a brief update on Bitcoin before I let you guys go. Yeah. Key levels. If we cool off, just remember, you have your value area down below your local range. 61.3 is going to be an absolute key level of support. If we do cool off, I could see a potential move down there and potentially even a little lower, right? But if we hold support and we remain above this, inside this other range, this is kind of a volume profile stream. Everyone is, right? But right now, like today's been very heavily focused on talking about the volume profiles because I know we probably have a lot of new people in here. But if we stay inside this range, these are your two areas of balance, right? Locally. You have the balance down here, balance up here. We got imbalance down here. Price is going to seek the fair value. Where's that fair value? It's up in here. So if we hold that value area low, we could look up towards that $67,000 POC, as well as some of the local levels we gave before. And don't forget, in the long term, zoom out, keep it simple. We're still just within our larger volume profile. So if you're panicking about, like, is this going to be the top forever? Not until we lose 60K am I really going to start getting super bearish. We have a lot of room to come down and potentially continue back up, even if we get a bigger correction. But again, the fact that we're knocking on the door here, I don't know. We're in between two value areas. It's really hard. A short-term cool-off with a bigger pump to follow is kind of my thought process. But like I said, guys, I am hedged on both ends of the spectrum here. So keep that in mind. I'm a trader, right? So I really don't, we're making money whether the price is going up or down. So, but yeah, keep in mind those macro levels. Be safe out there, guys. Use a stop loss. I'm going to go take some profit off that 100X long. Maybe I'll just let it ride. You guys said let it ride. Maybe we'll let it ride. Maybe it'll be massive profit tomorrow. Who knows? But there we go. Always learning here. Shout out to Manitoir, OG of the CandleMafia, also part of his name. Said, thanks, Frankie. No problem. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to All Set. Shout out to K Diggity. Shout out to Profit. Shout out to Jesse. Jesse, I don't know how to say your last name. But I'm just going to say Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Creighton C, my man in the chat. Mark Dutch, Manitoir, Jake Mooney, Chicken Live, Retro Mike Tech, and our boy Mark Dutch. And shout out to Randy Hipper for rating us and hanging out. I think I saw her pop in here. Shout out to Randy. Thank you for being here. That's all I got, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. Hopefully, still in massive profit. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Smash the like button on your way out.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them two bells ready. Space showing for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working, I'm up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
I'm going to close it. No, I'll close it in we'll be able to eat. I know I said no 100X, but it was enticing. We're going to be fine. It's okay. We'll polish your plastic. We'll be able to do it. Don't worry. It's not even expensive. We're going to get rich off this one. That's what I said last time. No. Trust me. No, we're good. I rarely use 100X. It's just one time. I did it for the show. It was for entertainment. Hello? Yikes. Oh, why? Why every time? Why are you guys eavesdropping on me like that? Guys, Mrs. Candles is pissed. She was watching the stream. She saw the 100X. She doesn't care about the thousands of dollars in profit we are. She only cares about the 100X, guys. She thinks we're going to lose all our money and be poor forever. Entertainment. Shout out to Gen Z. I'm just kidding, guys. Mrs. Candles is actually, she's deflated in the closet. I got to blow her back up. But anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you all for tuning in. Smash that like button on your way out if you learned something. I'll see you guys next time. Be safe. Use stop loss. And for real, don't use 100X leverage, guys. It's all in fun game. It's all for fun and games. If I get liquidated out of this, it's not a big deal. So just keep that in mind. It's all fun and games. I'll see you guys next time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the